Sunday and Tingyun, Fugue, have been drip marketed, and I am absolutely hyped for 2.7. On the other hand, 2.6 only has Rappa and danil in store for us, so it might be a little bit of a sleeper patch. Let's start with Rappa. She is an imaginary erudition character that looks to be break focused, and from what I see as of now, she's going to be attached to the Harmony Trailblazer, and that she's on the weaker side of limited units. She relies heavily on breaking enemies. However, she doesn't have an implant. She can reduce toughness against non-imaginary weakness enemies, but she needs to use her ultimate for it, and the toughness damage is reduced to 50% of its original value. You can also ignore weakness with her talent, but that requires the enemy to be broken in the first place to work. Another thing that's important to mention is the fact that she is less SP hungry than most other carries, so that means your Harmony Trailblazer will be able to use SP more than usual. I once thought that Rappa was going to be a face roll, brute force, pure fiction clearer, but right now, she looks to be an average carry. In other words, mid. Alongside Rappa is danil Imbibitor Lunae's rerun, and he's an imaginary destruction character. He's an extremely SP hungry hyper carry that's great for clearing MOC with. The thing is, if you already have a doctor ratio from earlier this year, it's a little redundant to pull for danil for type coverage, especially since they both can clear MOC and Apoc Shadow well, but neither can clear Pure Fiction. I expect danil to be a decent carry in the right spots, so if you like the character, you can pull for him. Rappa's Light Cone is a good stat stick that helps with her energy regeneration, and danil's Cone is good, but pulling for his E1 and E2 are better than pulling for his S1. The edge case being that if you are using On the Fall of an Eon on someone else, then it's worth considering getting E0S1. The 4 stars for this banner are Xie Yi, Lynx who can serve as a temporary sustainer, and Yukong who is the most scuffed harmony. We have Miss Eureka's new light cone, Dreams Montage, which is an abundance cone that increases the wearer's speed and gives the wearer energy if they hit a weakness broken enemy. This could potentially be Gallagher's and various break abundances, new best in slot. We also have After the Charmony Fall, which is a good side grade for Rappa, and Under the Blue Sky, which is a side grade for danil. Overall, a pretty solid lineup. If you enjoy concise analyses of Stariel's meta and some weeb adjacent video essays, then please consider subscribing and liking this video. Thanks. Since there's only one new unit in 2.6, the Phase 2 for this patch will contain 2 reruns and no new characters. First up is Acheron. She's a lightning nihility unit that's at the peak of the meta right now. She's the kingpin of the debuffer archetypes, and if you like applying debuffs, then she's your go-to carry. For any Acheron havers, this is your time to pick up her E2, so you can slot in a Harmony character into your teams to future-proof Acheron for the upcoming HP bloat. Next up is Aventurine. He's an imaginary preservation who is currently the strongest sustainer as of now. He provides massive shields to his team, and he's SP possible damage through his follow-up attacks. He also provides effect resistance to his team, so it's nearly impossible to get CC'd or killed with him on the team. For the signatures, Acheron is highly dependent on her signature, so you should consider that. On the other hand, Aventurine's Light Cone is extremely low priority, so pull quite literally everything else before getting it. The 4 stars for this banner are March 7th, Sampo, and Pela, who's a decent support for Acheron if she has pearls. For the light cones, we have Day 1 of My New Life, which is a decent preservation cone, Boundless Choreo, which is a decent Acheron cone, and Make the World Clamor, which is severely out of place here. I really would have appreciated a Resolution Shines as Pearls of Sweat, but alas. Overall, I think this 4-star lineup is pretty bad. Tingyun's comeback is finally here, and I really am wondering how the hell will they justify bringing her back to the story. Either way, she's a Fire Nihility unit that looks like she's geared towards Super Break. This might still change, but sorry Trailblazer and Firefly shippers, but Fugue might just replace you in your own teams. Sunday is an imaginary Harmony unit that looks to have single target buffs and restores energy to other units. He also allows other units to overcap on energy so that they don't waste any more incoming energy that he gives. This gimmick is much like Yunli's max energy being 240. I can easily see a Huohuo, Tingyun, Sunday, and Argenti team being extremely potent with all the energy being passed around. With this, I think that most of Bronya's spots have been taken by other Harmony units, and she can join Silverwolf in the tier of niche supports. State of the game. The long winter is coming, and the power creep is soon to follow. Get all the relevant support for your meta units, and consider investing vertically in them. There has indeed been an HP increase in a lot of the late game content, but I expect it to stabilize within 2 patches. After that, keep your eyes peeled for the next wave of DPS units to be released, and then expect another wave of HP bloat to come by. By now, we've already seen the game cycles, so being able to clear will now solely rely on either your DPS unit's Eidolon investment or your capability to pull for new units. I'm consistently streaming niche games on my live channel at 10 PM GMT plus 8, so if you're interested in that, please check it out. That's it from me, my name is Kyte, and thanks for watching. See ya!